To get that $10 billion, Ximeng hired a crew of mercenaries for $50 million. Shadow stepped out and got into a taxi. Jackie started tailing him. As Jackie followed Shadow past police headquarters, their vehicle got slammed by a massive truck, crashing them right into the building. Before Jackie could react, the truck hit them a second time. The impact was so powerful the command center felt it shake. The mercenaries jumped out and started shooting indiscriminately. Their overwhelming firepower left multiple officers dead on the spot. No one had imagined criminals would launch a direct assault on headquarters. The station called for backup. Guogua and Jackie came to from being knocked out. They started holding off the mercenaries' attack, waiting for reinforcements. Meanwhile, Shadow reached his destination, the abandoned orphanage. The surveillance team successfully arrived too. When they used thermal imaging to scan the building, Officer Wang tried to warn them urgently, but suddenly their comms got cut off by a hacker. When Shadow walked inside, dozens of hired killers were waiting for him. That's what Officer Wang had been trying to say. Clearly, Shadow's protégés wanted him dead, but Shadow figured his sons had underestimated him. A few dozen killers might not be enough to take him down. The knife in Shadow's hand became Death's harvester. You could imagine just how formidable the young Shadow must have been when his body count was measured in tons. Though he'd taken some hits himself, over 10 bodies already littered the floor. Now he felt like the fool who'd gotten exposed. Ximeng had been pulling the strings this whole time. Since his sons had broken the rules, Shadow would make them pay. After Shadow finished off everyone, Shi Wang emerged from the shadows. He shouted, "Father!" Shi Wang, his favorite son, was charging at him with a knife. But Shadow was a decisive man. He was completely done with Shi Wang now. In the end, he killed his most beloved son. That's when Shi Wang finally understood, Shadow was a wolf. They were wolf cubs, but Shadow was also their father. To protect his brothers, though, he'd had no choice. Finally, Ximeng detonated the bombs. The entire orphanage was blown to pieces. Back at headquarters, once backup arrived, they quickly took down all the mercenaries. As officers cleared the scene, they made a shocking discovery. The encryption key to the $10 billion account had been stolen. That had been Ximeng's endgame all along. The mercenaries were just a distraction. Disguised as police officers, they'd made it to the vault, successfully stolen the key, and slipped away from the scene.